Hello guys, welcome to another week of writing workouts. Today I've got all of your introductions from last week, so we're going to focus just on introductions. I've set you a task. I'm going to get you to do the work. We're going to go through my 8 golden rules of introductions, and I want you to tell me what you think, do or don't, when I give you the list. And then when I look at your examples, you'll be able to spot more easily what I think you should change. So I have corrected them all. There are about 16, I think. They're all corrected in the Google Doc. So you can go and have a look at yours later. But the main aim of today's session is to help you really identify and we've been doing this now for maybe 4 or 5 months and to get it right. And I can see they are really coming together. But if there's any new people here, it's your first time, just please say hi in the chat. I'll try and answer all your questions in the chat and try and involve you as well. I know most of your names by now, so I'm going to have a quick look who's here. So Gowinda is your first time, I guess. So hello and welcome. Raisha, I just marked yours. Welcome. Deepika's here. Long time no see. No, I mean, you've been here a long time. Marina's a long time hardworking student. Saurabh, Andy, hello. And Aishwarya, new, I think. Hi, Aishwarya. Shin is new. Hi, Swati. Puiti, you were here last time, I think, wasn't it? Petra, hi. Pachu here. And Saurabh, lovely to see you again. Great. Puiti, I'm sure I saw your name, maybe in the Facebook group. Yes, great. Hi, Rashida, just marked yours as well. Great, thanks, thank you, it's brilliant. I got loads of really good examples. So, hi Vishal, I'm going to share. And just in case you're new, this was the question that we talked about last week. And of course, you can get this Google Doc. I always share this link with you. In fact, oh no, I just changed it while I was correcting. Okay, let me just change it so you can all see it. Anyone on the internet with this link can view. Done. Okay, so I can see somebody's there. And if you don't know, I've shared it in the comments and you can have a look. So all of your writing is there at the bottom, all corrected. And we looked at this question about should old people spend their money or save it? And I've put a few do's and don'ts in this list, as you can see, because I know there are different opinions that you read online and I'm right. Right. So let's have a look at number 1. Can you see? So I want you to say in the comments, yes, you should paraphrase the question, or no, you shouldn't. And just say yes for yes, you should, or no for no, you shouldn't, or do if you want, or don't. Do paraphrase the question, or don't paraphrase the question. Hi, Nilafar. Okay. While I'm waiting for your answers to come in, and maybe it would be easy if you write number 1 as well, so we don't get confused. So Nilofer is the first one in, and she says here, no, don't paraphrase the question. Puiti is new. Oh, Puiti, she's saying, yes, you should. And Saurabh is saying, Saurabh, you've been here for ages. I'm joking. And Amira's saying no. Victoria, yes. Oh, okay. So we're still half and half. Rika saying no. Raisha, yes. Saurabh, yes. We need to paraphrase. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Hi, Zalkama. So, guys, please go and have a look at my blog about this. Shall I put it in the link now or later? I'll put it later. Okay. Everything online says you should paraphrase the question. However, most of the IELTS experts I know say don't, and I agree with them. What's the problem with paraphrasing the question? the problem is it just ends up too close to the original, and people think, well, the examiner thinks you're just copying it, or you try to use synonyms and they come out wrong because they're not exact synonyms. So I do not recommend that you paraphrase the question. It will limit you to a band 6, possibly. Depends on the rest of the essay, but you won't get band 7 if you're paraphrasing, just copying the question. So that is my opinion. Elango's saying don't as well. And Vishal saying yes, you should. Aiswara saying you should. Saurabh said, if one can write paraphrase aptly, then okay, or else don't. I think that's the message, Saurabh. Thank you for clarifying that. Yes. If you are an excellent writer, yes. But for most of us, including me, it's actually really difficult to paraphrase the question well. So Lango saying don't. Pacho saying yes. Oh, there's 2 Saurabhs. Yes, I thought. Sorry, I just realised that. Okay, hi Mira. Lovely. Yes, Vishal. And I do have a long explanation website, and I will put the link there. But I have researched it a lot. I know people don't agree, but I think I'm right. Well, I know I'm right. Okay, so my answer is don't paraphrase the question. I know it will depend on a lot. Maybe if the rest of your essay is amazing, of course, then it's fine. But my argument is don't. So what about number 2? And if you want, you can write again. You can write number 2, write your opinion in the first line. The first line, should you write your opinion? So write number 2, yes or no. And while you're doing that, let me try to find my blog. Okay, so should you write your opinion in the first line? It's slow today because I'm filming. It's slow. Right, I'll do it later. Okay. No. So lots of no's coming up. No, not in the first line. Not in the first line. Oh, fantastic. We agree. That's really great. Yes. So no opinion in the first line. Swati, I'll find the link. I'll put it for you. Vishal is saying I always paraphrase the question. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I've explained it all in the blog. So don't paraphrase the question, and you're right, don't write your opinion in the first line. You need a general statement in the first line, a statement with no opinion, just a fact that is not disputable, a fact that you can't disagree with. I'll show you examples. Okay, what about number 3? So number 3 says, use templates or don't use templates. Oh, sorry, I missed these. Mazen, I think you should write a background about the topic. Yes, the background statement, exactly. Rashida's saying it depends. You can, Rashida, if you're going to do a completely different type of essay, I would say it's more kind of band 8 or 9, knows exactly what they're going to write and starts with their opinion at the start. Yes, but it's not a safe option. Always, I think there is never 100% answer that's correct. This is just general advice about playing safe if you want to band 5 or 6, or taking risks for band 7 and above. Okay, so you know I don't like templates, however you pronounce them. I will assess both views and give my opinion at the end. Well, to me, that is not an academic statement. You don't tell your reader that you're going to conclude at the end. You don't tell the reader that you will discuss both views. It's memorized. That's the main problem with it. It's memorized language, and people tend to overuse this memorized language. Again, if the rest of your essay was amazing and you've just got this one line, fine. But it kind of signals to the examiner that you can't think of enough words of your own, that you have to tell the examiner, now I'm going to write paragraph 1. Now I'm going to write paragraph 2. Now I'm going to give my opinion. It just is not academic style writing. Okay, nobody answering that one. There's terrible wind storms today. I wonder what will happen with the internet. Okay, number 5, please. Should you give your opinion in the introduction? I'll make it clearer while I'm waiting. Oh no, number 4. I missed number 4. Number 4. Okay. So the word cliche, is that positive or negative? And should you use cliches? I think your responses are delayed. It's not your fault. It's the software, I'm afraid. Again. So I'll wait. No, you're not coming through. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Here we go. It all comes through at once. Right. All right. So, okay, Rashid is saying, if they ask your opinion, you should give it. Yes, but not in the first line. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going back. So Puit is saying opinion, yes. So yes, opinion in the introduction, but not in the first line. Okay, we've got a bit mixed up, but that's fine. Okay, number 2, don't write your opinion. Yes, okay. Yes, Arab, yes, good. Nilofer says it's too hard to provide a fact in the first line. Nilofer, it doesn't have to be a fact. It's a general statement of what you believe to be true. It doesn't have to be a number in that sense, but I see what you mean. Okay, so Swaria is saying that you should use templates. Okay, and Swati is saying, no, we should never use templates. I agree, Swati. I would avoid using templates. I know a lot of people teach templates, and of course that will get you to a certain band, because if you learn and memorize templates, then it might get you to 5 or something, but it won't get you much higher. Okay, Vishal saying yes for task response. Yes, you must give your opinion. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put, just because the questions were delayed, so I'm going to say this: always give your opinion in the introduction. And your opinion should be quite clear using should, and make sure you distinguish between opinion and fact. So for example, yesterday I was marking somebody's, and we were talking about whether children should have homework, and he said children must talk to their parents when they get home. Well, I thought, no, that's not true. They don't have to. That's your opinion. You think they should. So be really clear when it's a fact and when it's your opinion, and then that ticks the box that you put your opinion. Okay, number 4, we've got a few people coming in. Sorry, it's not your fault, it's delayed. So I think we're on number 4. No cliches, no cliches. Yes, so you know the cliches. Every side has 2 coins. Every coin has 2 sides. Yeah, avoid all of that stuff. Good, that's fine. Solkamar, cliches negative. Now, Mazen, thank you. I wasn't quite sure, so I put an example. Cliche, is a French word, so it's quite difficult to spell as well. But it's things that mean nothing. They are overused. Phrases which are overused and maybe not academic. So instead of saying there are two sides to every coin, you could say there's a positive and negative aspect to every argument would be better. So these cliches are like idioms, and they are informal and non-academic. Okay, so I think we've got that right. I should say number 4 is informal. Victoria, I'm sorry they got a bit mixed up about the introduction. Okay. Cliches can be used in Task 2 because it's less formal. No, not really. I see what you mean, Saurabh. Task 2 in general training is a little less formal, but it's still an academic essay. And cliche, the word is negative. If you Google the word cliche, it will say it's negative. It's not good. Okay, Victoria, sorry. Yes, if they say, do you think? Well, in any essay, you give your opinion. Any essay. And it must come in the introduction, without a doubt. Okay, good. Pwiti, I think as I said, cliches are negative. I mean, if we Google the meaning, let's have a quick look. Cliche meaning. And what does it say? A phrase or opinion that is overused and betrays a lack of original thought. I think that's overused, which is negative, and a lack of, which is negative. Original thought. It means you can't think of any other way to say it. Yeah, so it's negative all round. Okay, what about this lovely positive language? Number 6, emotional language, that older people should have a joyful time. Is emotional language okay, do you think? I'm guessing you're saying no, I guess. So I'm going to say don't. Yeah, don't use any kind of emotional language like horrible. They're horrible children. So I should put don't there for cliches. Don't use cliches. Don't use templates. Yeah. Don't use emotional language. No, everybody's saying no. Zulkam is saying yes sometimes. Give me an example. Saurabh saying no for number 6. 6 Victoria, yes. Okay, so don't use that emotional language. There are other words, you know. You don't need to say that they should have a joyful time in their retirement. It's not academic. So you could say things like, this is a time for them to relax more, for example. That's less emotional. Yeah, so Pwiti, no, I would avoid any emotional language because it's academic writing. Okay, so what do you think about number 7? Is it okay to just make generalizations about people like this one? People always go on holiday when they retire. Is that okay? Is that a general statement? Is that okay? Mira's, yes, sorry, yeah. Marina's saying no for the other one. Okay. All right. Oh. Sorry, this is just the software. Right. Oops. Let's go back. Okay, so here we go. Right, you're all saying no generalizations. Absolutely. Patrick's saying yes for hooks. I would say no. No, Zulkama. Right, okay. I think we agree. So the problem with if you say people always go on holiday when they retire. Is it true? That's the main thing. Most generalizations are not true. So I'm going to put that they are often, I'm not going to generalize, not true for everyone. So when you think about that general statement, you want to talk about facts, as you said, Nilüfer. You want to think about something which is neutral. But the problem with that is that you'd end up saying something which is not true. So you just need to change one word. I mean, if you put always go on holiday, what could you change instead of saying always so that it's true? Here we go. Hedging, exactly. There we go. Swati is saying modals, exactly. Overgeneralizations, negative in the band descriptors, exactly. Yes, complex sentences, if they're correct, Mazen, will get you a much higher point. Yes. Must be specific. Hi, Tayab. Specific, yes. Specific and true. Sometimes I just think, actually, that's not true. So what could we say? We could instead say often, and that's all. That's your hedging, as we mentioned, Saurabh mentioned. Usually, possibly. Maybe it's still a little bit strong, Tayab, because how can you say they usually? That means about 80%. I don't know, but possibly some adverb, often, sometimes, or even changing this. Many people. Just that, many people go on holiday. Simple hedging changes like that will suddenly make your statement more academic and more considered. Oh, you got it, Amira. There you go. Some people. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, perfect. So you could change the number of people, not all people. You can change the time, not always. Okay, you got the point. Excellent. Right. Now, this one, we had this word, came up a few weeks ago, redundancy. And it's quite difficult to spot. But when you see it, you think, yes, I get it. So if we look at this example, globally, there are many ideas from people all over the world. Any thoughts? Rohia, yes, that would be perfect. Another hedging example. Tend to. Exactly. Some individuals, Marina. Exactly, not all people. Fine, good. Lovely. So this word redundant, remember we talked about redundant means it has no purpose. It's wasted. So Saurabh saying redundancy may hamper your score. Yes. It makes your language less clear. And it's almost like too obvious for the examiner. They'll think what? You know, do you think I don't know that? Yes, exactly. All right, so what's the problem here? Well, you said globally, and then you said all over the world. So you don't need globally. Or, yeah. Even, hi Divya, even ideas from people, you know. Well, where else do ideas come from? There are many ideas all over the world. Okay. So maybe we need something else about what we, or how we should retire. Okay, so there are many ideas about how we should retire. I mean, that would be okay. You don't actually need all over the world, do you? So I think there's a tendency to make statements seem more academic by saying all over the world or globally or many cultures. It depends. Okay. Right. Hi, Priya. Right, what about number 9? Again, difficult to explain unless you see it. But if you look at number 9, you can probably see what I mean. Everyone must retire at some point in their life. Is that okay to say that? Is it true? Everyone must retire at some point in their life? Yeah, it's true. So, do we need somebody to tell us that, or do we already know it? Yeah, so Pretty saying no, don't use it. Yeah. It's kind of not relevant either. That's right, it's too general, too obvious. Lots of no's coming up. Yeah. Okay. Lovely. And yes, you do need to be specific, but then when we come to number 10, not too specific. Yeah. So number 10, I just put this in as a last one. Rochi is saying no for 9. Yes. Lovely. And 10 again. They keep the examples for the main body. Keep these for the main body. Okay. You can express your point type, but emphasis to other. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. So Pachu 9, generalization, yes, exactly. Yes, okay, all right. So I'm going to move on, and last week we did look at 3 examples. So I'm going to keep the same 3 examples. I've just added a few things so that we can quickly review before we look at your other examples. So in novice here, I've put a few things I really like in recent years. Just learn that. None of this in our modern contemporary society. Why not? Why can't I say in our modern contemporary era or society? I see that so often that it's just become a cliche, really, and it's meaningless, it's redundant. Learn this one in recent years. The benefit of that is it also allows you to use this tense. In recent years, it has become a more common trend. So Novi's not saying that everybody does it, but Novi's saying it's a common trend. So it's a really good start. In recent times, yes, okay, let's put that. Thank you, Preeti. Yeah, in recent years, in recent times, definitely. And it allows us to use the present perfect, which, gives you, I'm going to say brownie points. Do you know what brownie points are? When you're a child and you join the brownies for boys, and it was, scouts, and you get a badge every time you do something good. If you put present perfect in the first line, you get a brownie point for being good. And so that's all good. However, here, this is our template. It's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not grammatically wrong. In fact, this is quite an interesting one. But generally, I don't like them. Unless the rest is amazing. Okay, I'm going to go quite quickly, but please comment. So then there was Tayyab. You'll hear Tayyab. It is often seen in many parts of the world, so that's general, good. Senior citizens spend their money on leisure activities when they retire from work. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's a bit paraphrasing the question, but it's okay. Now, I think I would tend to choose should. If you're giving your opinion, I believe older people should save. This essay will argue that retired employees should spend their money, not can. I think should is better. It's your opinion. Okay, that's fine. And then finally, Zulkamor. What did we say about this one? Some people believe life ought to be carefree. So that's your general statement. There's your opinion. That's good. I believe this is the right attitude. Oh yeah, so I took out joyful. Too emotional. Okay. Now, Mandeep is not here, but could you please just look at Mandeep's and look at the things I've put in bold and comment. Actually, let's just for time. I like this. This is good. Why? As we talked, it's not all people. Or is it? Or should we put often? Now I'm looking at it again. Usually, is it usually or often? But at least it's not always. So that's actually okay. It's not always. Now I like this with Mandeep, putting the other point of view. So here's your statement. Then, however, that's the opposite side. I like that. And then, in my opinion, which is great. I like that 3-paragraph statement. Yes, Rashida, maybe often is better. Okay. Yes, it's good. The only thing is, not only, what happens with not only? Can anybody tell me? We've had it a few times. It's great to use not only, but something happens after it. And I have got a video, YouTube video about it. Not only is followed by inversion, so the grammar order changes round. Oh, hello, Jasper. Nice to see you. Okay. So, not only can, here we go, Nilofer, thank you, that's it. Yeah, so if you're going to use not only, just set a little alarm bell, because what happens is it changes round. It causes inversion. And now it's perfect. That is a perfect introduction. Not only can their children become independent, but also they can relax after such a long period of hardship. Maybe is better. Okay. Or hardship is maybe a bit strong, a bit emotional, maybe. So let's say working hard. Long period of working hard. There we go. All right. Thank you. Let's look at the next one. Elango. Right, can you please just read that and just look at what I've changed and what I've highlighted, and any comments welcome. That's nice. There is a tendency. However, the other point of view is nice. Argued by some, not everybody, so that's nice. There's opinion, ought to be, that's nice. Then you've got in my opinion, that's nice. Lovely. You've all got the not only. Thank you. Thank you. It's slow coming through, but you're all marvellous. Elango, you're here. Marvellous. Okay. All right. So, Elango, I support the form of view. I kind of thought that was redundant because you said why here. And so just say this essay will argue. That's good. That's your strong opinion or clear opinion that there are several benefits. But I thought maybe you don't need then to say the opposite. I thought maybe it's a little sitting on the fence. Maybe just choose one. And because you chose it here, I support the former view, and this essay will argue there are several benefits to the elderly. So I would take that out because it takes away from the strength of your argument. Thank you for the likes. Oh, by the way, thanks everybody for writing in the comments. That's really kind. Thank you. When you write on the document, you said, thank you, Fiona. That's very nice. Thank you. In this essay, we'll argue. Yes. Okay. Elango, is that okay? Okay. The inversion. Yeah. Sorry. There's a slight delay. Cliches. No, I think that's nice. Elango. So just stick to what you said. You're saying, I support the former view that they should relax. So stick to that and say that there are benefits. Don't go then, oh, but there are also negatives. Okay, good. Emma's not here. And Emma, I know you always write long ones, and this is great. I have corrected it, but again, look at the last line. I will weigh up. I like that. That's informal, but it works because it's less common. So like you've got weight, so you weigh up both pros and cons. I know some people don't like pros and cons. It's less formal, but again, it works here because the rest is very formal. It's okay. But I don't like this. I will express my opinions in the end. I just don't like it. You don't need to. It would be much... Well, actually, it's such a long paragraph. You just don't need this. Okay, Marina. I think Marina is here. I can see you, Marina. There, let's have a look at yours, Marina. So I loved this. Everybody's looking, please. Just look at what I've put in bold. While you're looking at that, I'm just going to correct this. So I corrected that because I think you should say your opinion clearly at the start, not wait until the end. Okay, so Marina, I like this conflicting evidence about whether it is appropriate. There is conflicting, whether to help your offspring or spend the last days of your lives without any matters about your children. I think, Marina, again, it's that thing about being too general. Just because you don't give them, just because you go on holiday doesn't mean that you don't care about your children. So it was a little bit too strong, too emotional, and possibly not relevant. Right, or spend the last days of your lives enjoying yourself, enjoying your free time. That's a bit more neutral, whereas this is quite emotional, Marina. So keep it neutral. I strongly believe elderly people should spend their money on themselves rather than helping their children. I will outline my reasons below. Okay, so Marina, again, you've got the template part there. It's okay. It's not wrong. But there's not much of your own opinion here. You've just said, I believe in one thing. It's okay. It's okay. It's a bit simple, I guess. Okay, fine. Nilüfer, let's have a look. Right, hang on, questions. I thought the question asked that we must argue about positive. One of the tasks I thought I'm wrong. Otherwise, I usually stick with one view always. Could you explain that? Right. I always have to go back and look at the question, Ilango. Right. The question is, older people... Oh, what was the question? Oh, I can't find it now. Where is it? Do you think it's positive or negative? Sorry, there we go. Do you think it's positive or negative? Okay. So Elango's saying we must argue about positive and negative. No, you don't have to argue both sides. You choose what you believe. You argue what you think is correct. It's fine to show both sides. But you already did that in the introduction, because you said some people believe blah, blah, blah. However, others argue blah, blah, blah. So you've shown a balance. Then you decide, in this essay, I will agree with the former, and I will outline my reasons below. Oh, Elango, does that make sense? Does that make sense? Otherwise, I usually stick with one view always. Yes, it's fine to stick with one view. Let's go back, Elango. Let's have a look again. Tendency, right. So you've said both points of view, and that's the neutral part. Then your opinion, and now just say what you believe. So you don't need to say the other part again. I think it's repetitive. It's repetitive there, Elango. Hope that makes sense. Verena, great. Pwiti, if a question asks us to choose a side, positive or negative, are we supposed to write? Hang on. Right. Oh, that's better. Pwiti, go back and have a look at some of my earlier videos. Oh, I'll put the link again. I've got a blog about this. If it asks you to say anything, you can say anything. If it asks you to discuss both sides, you must discuss both sides. Okay, Elango, you're all right. Okay. Pwiti, I'll come back to that and I'll put the link. Where are we? So Nilofer. Right. I think I was running out of time here, so I didn't bold them. So here we said there are different ideas among people. Right. Can anybody... We talked about that today. Nilofer, you're still here. Some of them believe it is necessary to invest it for their children, while I am of the opinion, I like that, need to spend time and spending them in ways that make their life more joyful. Okay. Joyful. Joyful. What's a synonym? In this essay, I will outline 2 reasons for my argument. Again, so Nilofer, it's okay. That's okay. Maybe just unnecessary. You don't need to tell the examiner how many exact arguments you've got. So your opinion is clear here. I'm of the opinion individuals need to spend time spending it, and that's fine. That's fine. End there, Nilofer. Okay. Ideas come from people. Exactly. So you don't need to say it. It's kind of redundant. That's it. Absolutely fine. There are different ideas about how to spend money. Okay, people should spend their money after they retire. That's fine. Yeah, I'm stuck now, Nilofer. I'm thinking it's too emotional, but actually there it's fine. It's okay. Actually, more rewarding maybe, fulfilling, rewarding, fulfilling, fulfilled. Okay, fine. But Nilofer, the main thing was just that, really. the rest is okay, and you don't need that empty language at the end. If you've got good level language, you don't need the empty language at the end. Okay, Amira, this is interesting. The innate tendency of some parents, is it an innate tendency, maybe, to worry about leaving wealth behind them has become more popular? Now that's what I didn't understand, because if it's innate, it means you're born with it. Innate ability to sing or innate ability for languages. So I think the problem with innate is either you're born with it or it's a trend which changes. So the tendency of some people to worry about leaving wealth behind them has become more popular these days. Maybe the difference between more popular and more common. What's the difference between popular and common? Popular means lots of people like it. Common means there are many. So popular, I guess, is subjective. Common is objective. So I guess common is better there. Nilufer, you can't base scores on an introduction. It just involves too many other aspects. It's impossible. Convenient, pretty, will make their life more convenient, but then it's not very nice, is it? Convenient is just boring, isn't it? This means more. It means nice. Okay, lovely. Hi, Marianne. However, all right, good. That's nice. I believe it is the appropriate time of the elderly to enjoy themselves, double enjoy themselves and the remaining time of their life peacefully. Okay, fine, Amira, that's good. Common means trend, popular, likable trend. Yeah, so there's a difference, isn't there? Yes. I think I would probably say it has become more common these days. I think that's how I'd say it. It has become more common these days for parents to and then is it true though? Oh, worry about leaving their wealth for their offspring. Then I would I think it's the opposite, isn't it? It's become more common these days for parents to spend their earnings, lifelong earnings, rather than worry about. Yeah, that makes more sense according to the question. So I think that's how I would write it. Okay. Rather than the trend has become more common. Okay, lovely. Jamie from Mexico. More perspective. I think different meaning, Marina. Perspective, slightly different meaning. Okay, can anybody have a look at lovely Jamie's? This was your first one. Any thoughts, please? I'm sure after my 10 golden rules, you'll be able to tell me how Jamie can improve this one. But Jamie never attended before, so it's great. There's lots of room, things we can work on. Okay. You're welcome, Goinda. Pwiti, it has become a trend. Yeah. Do you think it's a trend? Do you think like trend is like fashionable, that, oh, she's spending her money, so now I'm going to spend my money? Possibly. It's a trend for older people to travel rather than save their pension. Yeah, possibly. Oh, hi Mandeep, I put you first this time. I'm never going to forget. Swati's saying the right answer. Yes. So Jamie's not here. And oh, Marianne, it's your first time as well. Great. Well, that's great because we can see how we can improve then. And people who've been here a long time already know what I'm going to say. Rashida's saying opinion in the first line. That's it. So we'd have to completely rewrite this introduction. I'm not going to do that now. Also, lots of examples. Too many examples, I'd say. The grammar, of course, is excellent. But Jamie, if you're watching this back, grammar is great, but not standard introduction style. So avoid opinion, for example, in your first line. Okay, great. Raisha. You're welcome, Tayab. Raisha, after being retired, let's just make this more clear. Okay, so could you read that one, please, for Raisha? I'm going to just quickly change that. Maybe that's better. After retiring, people have the opportunity to spend their earnings on enjoyment, exotic traveling experiences, and so on. Ooh, I missed that one. What's wrong with so on? Raisha, are you here today? I'm going to put a little asterisk there. So can anybody tell me what's wrong with so on? I'll wait. However, some people believe that they should keep money for the betterment of their young ones. Young ones is a bit strange because it means small children. So let's keep it with offspring. I feel that spending money for yourself is totally positive aspect, maybe. And the reasons for this will be discussed in this essay. Not aspect. Right, let's see. Okay, Marina's saying never. I think never use so on, isn't it? Preeti says ambiguous, redundant. Swati says, Rashida's saying don't use so on. Marina's saying informal. Nilufer's got it as well. You're all absolutely right. It's all of those things. Exactly. Yes, the examiner didn't like it. It's considered to be lazy. Similarly, if you write etc., they just don't like it. I'm not saying you're lazy, Raisha. I'm sure you're not. Lazy because you're hoping the examiner will fill in the examples. Yes. So why not just say, for example. So take it out. Okay. Exotic might be a bit emotional. So possibly by traveling. For example, by traveling. That would be fine. Okay. So after a time, people have the opportunity. Right, what did we say about, is it all people? Is it all people? Raisha, you're here. Bless you. Great. It was a nice paragraph, but I'm just picking little things. All right, and yeah. Poor Raisha, she's going, oh my God, it's only 2 words. Yeah, don't worry about it, Raisha. Easy to fix. Because you can just say, after retiring, many people, not all people, simply that, simple changes. Many people have the opportunity to spend their earnings on enjoyment. For example, by traveling. Yes, and that's fine. Keep it simple. However, some people believe you should keep money for their offspring. Good. Nice, Raisha. I feel spending money for yourself is a totally positive, I want to say thing. I know we shouldn't use, why not say, let's just say it's totally positive. Totally positive. And the reasons for this will be discussed. Okay, again, Raisha, you know how I feel about that. But if the rest of your essay is fantastic, it's fine. Okay, and Pwit is saying some people, good. Yes, it's a kind of shortcut, Marianne. Exactly. Examiners don't like it. Use it in speaking, of course. Maybe not in your test. Okay, Jasper, do you use it in writing? You say you use it a lot. Don't. In IELTS, that one day, don't use it. Okay. All right. And let's see. I've got... Oh, Rashida, you're here. So I've got an anonymous one there. And Dusk, I'm not sure. So Rashida, let's have a quick look at yours because you've been waiting for a long time. Recently in some countries. Some countries. Okay, right. Old people after my... Okay, so Rashida, you've got the good. You've got the tend to. That's fine. And you're hedging. You're saying recently, some countries. That's fine. However, in the past, they used to leave... They often used to leave their fortune to their offspring. Yeah, Rashida, can you see maybe that could be redundant because you said leave their fortune to their offspring. Well, of course, that means they inherited it. Do you see what I mean? It's good language, but redundant. Yeah, small thing. It's not wrong. In my opinion, good. It is fair that parents... Now, either it is fair or need to relax, but not both. So you could say, in my opinion, parents need to relax. That's your opinion. Parents need to relax in their later years as they've spent all their youth working and looking after children. Good. Now you've got two howevers, which is confusing me. So, however, in some way they could help them. So what do you believe, you know? So I'm thinking, what is your opinion? So actually, Rashida, I would take all of that out because I'm confused. This is enough. You've said your opinion. In my opinion, here it is clearly, in my opinion, parents need to relax in their later years. And you've said why, as they've spent all their youth working and looking after children. Keep it like that. Like Ilango. Don't then say, oh, but there's the other side. You've said the other side. Both sides are here. You've addressed that question. Now stick to your opinion. Is that okay? Lovely. Good. Swati, I don't know if you're here. In the past, Swati, this was really interesting because you notice... Right, I'm just going to highlight these words. Tell me what you think, if you can see them. Is there two? Oh, dishing out and doling out. Yeah, Habal, Rashida. I see Habal first. Rashida. Yes, but then say that in the main body. Don't confuse the examiner in the introduction. If you want to say, of course, it's good that they help their parents. Yes, but don't confuse the examiner in the introduction. Oh, Swati, you're here. Lovely. Now, Swati, this was interesting because you're using phrasal verbs. And of course, they're informal. And of course, I would actually say these are slang, which I wouldn't recommend. However, they're such good words that, again, I think you'd get points for them. But be a little bit careful. maybe keep them for the main body when you've started very academically. Just be a little bit careful with slang. Yes, they're phrasal verbs, exactly. I think you can get away if you're making fun of these people who just dole out their money, dish out it. That's okay in the main body. I think just stay a little bit more safe in the introduction. But apart from that, it's really nice. And I love this. Have witnessed a rise in. That's lovely. Maybe not tend to, but you want to say who are choosing to enjoy their resources. I wholly support this change in attitude. Okay, so here, Rashida as well, we talked about this before. Your opinion is clear. Here, you don't need to say the other side. And then you've said this will be elaborated. Okay, I don't like that. You know I don't like that. Yes, as I will outline below, or something like that. Okay, Swati, lovely. Okay, now I've got two anonymous. Maybe I should do the ones that I know. Dusk. Let's have a quick look at Dusks. I don't think you're here, Dusk. So I'll just quickly go through it. But oh yes, I put a red here. Can anybody see why? Modals, I've noticed this more and more, that your choice of modal verbs, and you know what I mean by modal. It could be those verbs like can or could or may, might, should, will. They all have different meanings, and you've got to be careful about which ones you choose. So Dusk here has chosen to say will. No worries, Swati. So why have I put it in red? Okay, in the tradition of most Southeast Asian countries, retirees tend to spend their earnings on their children. Okay, all right, okay. But I firmly believe, okay, opinion, that this trend will change in the future. Would or could is less sure. Okay. Okay. But what does will mean? Will is basically you're making a prediction. Well, actually, so does may or might or could. Yeah, you're right. But did the question ask you to make a prediction? And I think this is the problem here. You've suddenly changed the question and it looks like you're going off track. Not would, because that's a conditional, Saurabh. So again, that's a good example actually. Those two often get mixed up. We did that in the Members Academy last week. Would is for conditionals. Petra, yeah, okay, all of those possible, but what does that mean? It means you're thinking about the future. And the question didn't ask you about the future, didn't mention the future. So all I'm saying is that because you put will there, you've introduced an answer that was not asked. So the question didn't ask you to make a prediction. That's all. It asks you to say if you think it's acceptable. So I firmly believe it doesn't matter if it's going to change or not. That's got nothing to do with it at all. I firmly believe this trend is a positive one. And why? So give your point, your explanation. Because elderly people need to care more, and now we've got opinion and it's clear and it's got a reason and it's much better. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't make a prediction at all, actually. Take it out and just analyze. I firmly believe that this trend is a positive one. That was what the question was asking. And why. That's all. Okay, guys, if you're getting tired, don't worry. I'm just going to do the last one, I think. You can go if you want. Thank you for staying for so long. Right, let's have a look. It is often believed that in some traditions, again, you don't believe. Either it's true or it's in some traditions, but not both. So, redundant. It is often believed that people in their 60s, not exactly right, because it's too specific. So, what can we say? Pensioners, let's say pensioners should enjoy their money for their own happiness by planning trips and tours to various destinations. Instead, it's a bit specific. That could come in the main body. Instead of keeping their money for their young ones. Okay. And then, as you can imagine, you'd have to rewrite this. Yes, it is a positive effect. Need more opinion here. Okay, that's fine. Just a quick one. Who else did I miss? Jamie. I think that's everybody. All right. Okay, guys, I hope that was helpful for you. It's really helpful for me to look through, just to look through what you're writing and to push it back into what IELTS wants you to do. So that's what we've done today. We've looked at those 10 golden rules of introductions, and we've applied them so that when you are writing your own introduction, you can think carefully about, is it true, is it cliche, is it generalization, is it too slang, is it opinion clear, all of those things. Okay, I'm going to ask quickly one last question. Rochia is asking academic and general essay. The questions, Rochia, tend to be slightly more everyday life in general training. So they might be, people don't talk to their neighbours so much these days. Why is this? So it's an everyday life question, like this one actually. So that I think they're slightly easier, yes. But you still got to follow the same structure. You've still got to follow the same rules in terms of how they're written. They're not much different. All right, guys, thank you very, very much again. There's no homework for you tonight. I haven't thought. I'll think about it. Maybe we'll write the conclusion. I'm not sure. Or we'll do a different question. So let me know what you think and what you'd like. And come to the Facebook group. I'll post the links that I mentioned in the Facebook group. And I will see you later. Jasper, Tuesday at 2, Thursday at 3. Andy, no homework yet. Let me think about it. I just didn't have time to plan it today. So let me think and let me know what you want, and I can get some ready for Thursday. Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a good day, and I will see you Thursday at 3 o'clock. Okay. Bye-bye.